Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Cindy. I am filming on behalf of the YMCA. Today I'm going to present a senior strength class. We will start with a little bit of warm-up, some cardio moves, which we'll do in increments of 30 seconds. And then today I have some weights. Please choose your weights for how you feel today. And I have rubber tubing. You can also use a Dynaband or no tubing at all. And we will come to the floor, so I have a mat. So we will come to the floor and do some core work at the end. So to get us started, taking a light march. So remember throughout class, please breathe, no holding of your breath. And keeping that light march and thinking about your breath, let's inhale the arms up and exhale out. Inhale up and exhale out. And then one more time, really deep breath on the uphill and then exhale out. And let's take those feet, start tapping out, side, side. So we go right and left and right and left. Keep that toe tap and start adding alternating arms. So arm comes up, alternating side, side. So chest is lifted. Core is in, that means you're pulling into the abdominal wall. And then taking the arms back out. Arms are gonna come forward. We're gonna take this into a hamstring curl. So we're gonna pull and curl and pull and curl. Keeping it going with breath. And then back on into that march. Taking it into that march. I'm gonna time us 30-second drills. We'll be holding in some cardio drills. I'm gonna cue low impact, your choice if you wanna take it high. Our first drill, which we'll start, is going to be jumping jacks. I'll count you down in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds, high or low. So high or low, keep softness in the knees. Keep a little bend into the knees, protect the joint. The bigger the arms, the more effort. So you can always lower that heart rate's coming up too high. Always focused on how you're feeling. Chin is up, lengthen the neck. A few more seconds, as in 5, 3, 2, 1. Take it back into that march. You're coming into a running man, which is nothing more than repeater knee. So right foot forward, left leg back, long fingertips, and then draw that knee up. So if you go faster, heart rate's gonna come up. You can always slow this down. So listening to your body, squeezing your shoulder blades, keep your chest open. Remember breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 10 more seconds. We're going back into that march. In 3, 2, and 1. Take it back on into that march. Capture your breathing. Before we go to the other side, running man, taking it into back lunges. So grounding into both feet. Arms are gonna come forward. You're gonna alternate stepping back. And then pick up the pace. You can always take the arms out. Keeping it going. Stay with me. Let's go for another 10 seconds. The shoulders down. You can always smile. Remember to smile, it's more fun this way. And back on into that march. So taking that repeater knee off to the other side, left foot forward, or right foot back, long through the fingertips, repeat that knee. So just driving that knee up. Think about standing crunch. Hips are forward, chest is lifted, chin is off the chest, shoulder blades squeezed. Remember, you can always pat out that standing hip if it starts to bother you. Let that heart rate come up. We're at the end of the cardio portion. In 2, and 1, and march. So capture your breathing. Inhale your arms up. And exhale out. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. So standing on your band. We're just gonna take a straight squat with a curl. Getting ready, getting set. So depending on the color of your band, the resistance of your band, that's gonna dictate how far apart your feet are. Squat down and curl. Keep length in the wrist, not folding through the wrist. Set of 8, you're halfway through. You have 4 more. In 3, for 2, isometric hold. Come on down, hold. Elbows away. Holds the handles towards the ceiling. Belly's up. Up and hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just roll through that spine. Roll those shoulders down and back. Crossing that band. We're gonna step out side squat with an outside row. So elbows are gonna come up and out. So we step and row, step and row, alternating side. Keep the alternating going. Really focus on squeezing shoulder blades to center. So that band's dictating how far you can step out. Use the resistance bands. We're gonna go for 4 more. In 2, and last 1. Last one in a series of 3 moves, and we're gonna repeat all 3. Hands to the hip, and we're just gonna tick-tock. So legs are gonna come out, toes towards me. Face those toes towards me, hips towards me. Hands resting on the hips, and just tick-tock. Softness in the knees. If it starts to bother, in through your gluteus maximus, your hips. Take a breath. A few more seconds. And release. Let's just put the handles to the ground. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands back behind. Interlace. Pull down. Grabbing a stretch. Taking a breath. So round 2. You squat. Come on down and get your handles. Feet as far apart as you can get them with the resistance of the band. Palms face towards me. Curl and squat for a set of 8. So how low can you go with a long straight spine, keeping your form? You've got this. You got 4 more. In 2. Here comes that isometric hold. Join me, come on down. Elbows away, pulse up towards the ceiling. So feel those back muscles. Up and hold it. And release. Crossing those handles. Side squat with outside row. Elbows are coming out. Getting ready. Go right and left and right and left with breath and breathe. So tail lights, your rear goes back behind you. Elbows up for 4, 3, 2. Last one, back in through center, uncross the handles, handles near the hips, and just tick-tock. Kicking those feet out. Softness in your knees, don't lock out your joints. Chest is lifted, long spine. It's all about the form. And then quiet. Let's take the band out. Band goes off to the side. The right heel goes forward, toes come up, and sit on down. So depending on where your heart rate is, yes or no, if you come down and take your toes towards your body, please don't drop your head if your heart rate is high. And then let's roll through the spine, drop through the shoulders, and then coming over to the other side, left heel forward, toes up, come on down, and focus on that heart rate, focus on that breath. You're gonna grab those toes, watch where you're dropping that head, and then roll through the spine and roll through those shoulders. So you squat, please, to protect everything. We're gonna squat, pick up those weights. So you choose your weights how you feel today. Shoulders are down and back, focusing on our form. We have our pelvic tilt, belly is in, tush is tucked under. Right foot comes forward, left foot steps back. We're gonna do straight lunge with a hammer curl. We did a bicep curl with the band. So hammer curl, holding the weights like an hourglass. So we drop the knee, we all wobble. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. We're in this together. And we're breathing. For 4 more. For 3, that hold is coming. In 2. Drop that back knee, hammer the curl, elbows away. I have you bring the arms out in front because that zipper up your core if you get those arms away. Forces the core to work a little harder. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come up and out, shake it out. We're gonna do a second set, same side. Right foot forward, left foot back. Gonna hammer the curl, drop that back knee on a 2-2 split. So listen for the count. 1, 2, 2, 1. So moving a little slower now, forcing yourself to get a little more depth with that other count, dropping that back knee. Belly is still in, chest is still lifted. You have 4 more. Set of 8. For 3, focus on that back calf or on the ball mount of that foot. For 2, and 1 more. Come on down, hold it, elbows away, holding form. We're not holding breath. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come on up and out. Take a little march, shake it out, get movement in the hips. So we have another side. Let's just take a few shoulder rolls before we go off to the other side, rolling those shoulders down and back. 1 more time. So left foot comes forward, right foot steps back, tricep kickbacks. So elbows along the side of the body, pushing those weights back behind you while you drop your right knee. So push weights, open chest. Breathe. I'm going to keep saying it so you don't hold your breath. It's easy to do. You have 4 more. Tongue is off the roof of the mouth. You've got 2. Push it back, hold it. Weights away. Zipper up that core. Pull in the abdominal wall. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up and out. Little march. Little movement of the hips. Pay attention to that back calf. Left foot forward, right foot back. Elbows up and back. 2-2 on your splits. 1, 2, 2, 1. So using that extra count, drop that back knee. Push those weights behind you. Always listening to your body, your workout. Every day is different. Every workout is different. 3 more. You've got 2. And this last one, come on down. Taking that hold. If you're not shaking, I am. I'm demonstrating a shake for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's come up and out. Shake of the hips, movement, little march. And weights along the side of the body. Feet about hip width distance apart. We're just gonna go side for side lunge. We go right and center and left and center. Right and left. And now let's start pulling up that opposite arm of the side that you're going to the bend. So as you come to the right, left arm up. Go left, right arm up. Holding, going side. Driving the arm up, not the shoulders. Shoulders are staying down. So focus on what's happening with your body. I'll count us down. Getting ready. We have 4 more. For 3. Getting in through those obliques, by the way. For 2, a little side crunch. And last one right here. And then bringing those weights center. So we're going to take a hip hinge or a deadlift, whichever term works best for you. And go a little sideways because I want you to see what's happening. When you hinge, coming over the hip crease, you're sticking your tail lights back behind you, long straight spine, shoulders are rolled down and back, and you're bringing the weights along the front of the body. Goal is to keep that long straight spine. We're not rounding. Please do not roll those shoulders in. Now to help you not roll the shoulders in, hands further away from one another, so more to the outside of the legs. So as you hinge and the hands are out, forces the shoulders to stay down, and we lift. Getting ready, set of 8 and 7. This is great for the hamstrings. Remember, anything we're doing, you can always lose the weights at any time. You're still pulling up your abdominal wall. Chest is definitely staying open. You have 2 more. This next one, come on over. Turn those palms in towards one another. I want you to drive those elbows back. So back row, and then push. Pull up, push down, pull. Work both directions. We're not letting the arms fly down. We're controlling the move. We have 3 more. For 2. And last one, push it down. And then roll through the spine. Now you can roll those shoulders and roll them on down and back. And just get some movement. We're gonna take a second set. We're gonna do the hinge, the deadlift, on a 2-2 split. So remember, hands out, wider than shoulder width to keep the shoulders down. Getting ready, 2-2 splits. 1, 2, 2, and 1. Come on over, long straight spine. Really scoop through the abdominal wall, down, and lift, and lift. Hopefully you're feeling the back of the legs. Weights a little bit into the heels. 4 more. For 3. And 2. This next one, come on down and hold. So roll the shoulders down, squeeze the shoulder blades in, turn the palms in towards one another. Let's take that back row, elbows back and up, and push down. Pull it up, push it down. Keep length in all 4 sides of that neck. Refrain from dropping that chin in through the chest. 4 more. And 3. Sitting back into those heels a little bit for 2. And then finish out this last one. Push those weights down, and then come on up and roll those shoulders down. And take a light march. Capture your breathing, taking that light march. We are gonna go back to our rubber tubing. So let's take our weights back to the floor. Please remember to get water as you need it. Please don't wait. If you're thirsty, you waited too long. So back to our band. One handle is gonna go on the floor, and it's going to go off to the right. Left foot is gonna step on the band, but go ahead and step down towards the handle so you have resistance. The right foot, step it back, push the heel into the floor so it's not a lunge, more of a stretch of the back leg. And then right here, arm comes out and in. We lift and lower, lift. With breath, right? Everybody's breathing, you're staying with me. 4 more. For 3, 2, yes, yes, lift it up, hold it, holds it. Keep a little soft into that elbow, make sure you're not locking out that joint. And then up and hold it, shoulders dropped. For 4, 3, stretch out that back leg. For 2, and 1, and release. Just real quick, another back row, but with a band. Pull, and release, pull. Just a quick set of 8, and we'll go off to that other side. Make sure your right hip is facing towards me. For 3, and your toes facing towards me. For 2, and last one, and release. So come on up, and then let's take that handle off to the left. Our right foot steps on, so we keep more length. Make sure you're going towards the handle. Create resistance. That's what's going to create the workout. So take that left foot back, push the heel into the floor. We're going to take a little bit more of that stretch. Focus on that back foot. Toes facing towards me. Toes are straight. So get ready. We're going to go lateral and raise. We lift and lower, lift. So chest is open by squeezing shoulder blades. Chest is lifted, chin is off the chest. You have 4 more. And 3, did you create resistance? For 2. And up and hold it. Pulse it. Can you take that pulse? And then lift and hold. And then as we release, taking one arm back row, elbow back. So pull it up and then push towards the floor. Pull and push. One way is not a vacation. We work both directions. Speaking of vacations, hopefully soon, someday again, we'll get there. For 2, and last one, and then release. So taking that handle, we're gonna wrap around the hands. So the handle goes into the hands and then we wrap so that when we do the arms straight out in front, we have tension into the band. We're gonna do a chest fly while we lift alternating knees. So a little balance challenge. We're just gonna keep going side to side, lifting the knee, pulling that band out, getting into those bigger back muscles, pull. And as you start pulling that knee up, focus that you're doing a crunch. You guys keep going. So as you're pulling that knee up, you're crunching, and it's a crunch. Really pulling that abdominal wall, keeping that band going. I'm gonna do 4 more. For 3, 2, hold the band out. Drop the shoulders, getting ready. Balance challenge, ground into your right foot, lift the left knee. Holding stillness for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep hold of the band. Ground in to left foot, right knee lifts for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And planting both feet, inhale those arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, lift. And on an exhale, we're gonna slacken the band. We're gonna take a forward fold. So come on over. Let the hands just hang heavy down towards the floor and let the band go, holding in your forward fold. And then let's shuffle those hips side, side. So taking a bend into the knees, shuffling side, side. And then quiet the legs and very slowly stacking the vertebrae, start rolling it up. We're gonna be rolling through those shoulders, and head is the last to lift. So drop those shoulders. We're gonna do triceps with the band. So please squat, come on down. So triceps with the band. I'm gonna turn real quick so you can see what's happening. It will end up being your left hand, but when I turn around, it will show as my right, but stay with me. So left hand's gonna have the band, right hand's gonna reach around and take the band, and we already have tension with the arm coming down. I'm gonna come towards you. So we're gonna offset the legs. So take that left heel forward, left hand has the band, take a bend into that right leg, one-legged squat. So we lift up and lower, push and push. But make sure you're working both directions. That arm is not falling back. You're controlling the down. For 4 more. And 3. For 2. This next one, up and hold it, and then pulse. Push, push, push. How tight did you make that band? Do you have room to make this push, this little pulse? Up and hold it. How much can you lengthen out that arm? Watch the elbow. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take that release. We have another side. So now right hand takes the band, goes up and behind you. Left hand's gonna reach back. Please make sure, now that you know what's happening, don't leave a lot of slack in that band. Don't cheat this side. So ground into your left foot. Right heel goes forward. Take a slight bend into that left knee. Right arm, push up. Getting both directions, working both directions. Chest is open, chin is off the chest. You have 4 more. And 3. For 2. Push it up, hold it up right here. Small pulse. Do you have this room in the band to do that? Where did you take that slack out? Push it up, hold it up. Lengthening out that arm, protecting the elbow for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. And just for those arms, let's bring one arm across and stretch it out. Whichever arm you chose, that arm goes up and over, and then a slight pull Please don't pull on the elbow. And then other arm comes across. And then a slight up and over. And release. I'm gonna grab my mat. We're gonna be working our way down towards the floor. So a mat, a towel, carpet. If you're working outside, maybe a grassy area. You went to the park, because the parks are open now. So taking our mat. We will work our way down. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, come on over into a forward fold. Let the head hang. So the crown of the head is towards the mat. Then you're gonna come into a squat, tuck and curl. So lift the heels, hips to heels. You're gonna tint the fingers forward and then forehead towards the knees. So please watch. You actually do tuck the chin in. One of the few times I will ever cue that. So watch your breathing. We just constricted our throat. And then let's go ahead and have a seat. So come on down. So we're not done with our band. So taking our band, heels into the floor, 3/4 bend into the knees. Taking the band, take them at the bottom of the feet. Make sure you're down more into the ball mound of the foot so that that band does not come flying out at you. And then taking the hands, let the handles go off to the side. Find that tension where you're hinged over and you have tension in the band, push in through the heels. So right here, just gonna come on back with a long straight spine, and then you're gonna come forward. So we're just gonna seesaw our torso. We go back and we lift up. And we have tension in the band. And as we come back, we're pulling that tension with us. So come on down and lift on up. We're going for 4 more. You know I'm gonna ask you to come on back and to hold it in 3, 2. So come on back, hold it right here. So shoulders are rolled down and back. Shoulder blades are squeezed in. Belly is in, long spine. Just holding the resistance for 4. Isometric hold. Muscles are knitting together. Little muscle party right here for 2 and 1. And release the band. Let's go ahead and hug the knees. So plant the feet, hug the knees around the spine. Release through the spine. Jaw is relaxed. And then as we release, I'm gonna go more sideways because we're gonna come into bridge. I'll go this direction. We're gonna come into bridge. So come on down to your back. Hands are gonna go along the side of the body. So really draw those shoulder blades, even though you're on your back, draw those shoulder blades into center line. Your feet, parallel lines, knees will end up on parallel lines. We're gonna lift those hips up, holding nice and strong. Chest is lifted. So now we're gonna lower the hips down towards the mat, and then we lift back up. We lower, and we lift. We're just gonna take a quick set of 8, because we will be adding on to this. In 4, for 3, 2, and just 1 more. Just lift it on up, hold it, and then start morphing that spine on down, dropping into those hips, hug those knees on in, and then roll yourself up to seated. Hopefully your weights are nearby. Would like you to take your weights. We're gonna be doing a chest press with the bridge lift. So the elbows are gonna be coming out and then pushing up. I'll go more at an angle because I want you to see what's happening with the arms. So we're gonna go back into bridge. Come onto your backs, ground into those feet. Arms are up. So the arms are gonna come down and the hips are going to lift. When you bring the arms down, the elbows are coming out to the side and you're pushing up. So getting ready to go into bridge with your chest press. So we lift and lower, lower and lift. Lift and lower, lower and lift. And we keep going. Putting the 2 moves together. Always paying attention, you can always take out one move or the other. So when we get to that final count, your hips will be up, your elbows will be hovered over the floor. In 2. This is the one, hips are up, elbows are hovering over the floor. Check in with your wrist. We want length in the wrist, knuckles are up towards the ceiling, and take that small pulse. And then quiet the arms, Really bring those hips up if they started to drop. Really find that bridge. And then we're gonna push those weights up so the ends of the weights are over the chest, facing in towards one another. Let's bring the weights down towards the chest and bring that spine back into the mat and weights off to the side and hug those knees in. And then roll yourself back on up to seated. So if you have any kind of blood pressure problems, and I'm coming up and down from a laying position to a seated position, if you feel dizzy, please take the time to capture your breathing, let yourself come back to what is your body normal. So taking yourself onto hands and knees, we will be staying off our backs from here on out. We won't be going back to a laying position. Rolling the elbows in towards the body so the inside of the arms are facing towards me, long straight spine. I want you just to roll the spine, drop the chin on in, and then start to lift up the chest, roll the shoulders, start lifting up your backside, your tail lights. And then let's roll the spine, drop the chin in. One of the other times I will cue the chin in, and then roll the shoulders down, lift up the chest, lift up the tail lights, and then release. Taking your left leg, we're gonna bring the knee up off the floor, flexion into the foot, so the bottom of the foot, I want you to push it up towards the ceiling and then pull the knee down. So we push up and we pull down, push, and really working the hamstring here. Focus on that muscle. As we've tightened up through the back of the leg, as we push ourselves up and pulling it down. 3 more. For 2. This next one, push it up and hold it right here. Turn that knee out to the side. So old school, we're gonna do a side crunch. We're gonna pull that knee in towards your elbow or shoulder, depending on the height of your knee, and then push it back. Pull it in, push back, pull. Working both directions. I'm reminding you to work both directions. Focus on your arms. Make sure you're not collapsing into your elbows. You have 2 more. And then 1 more, pull it in and hold it, and then bring knee to knee. Take the hips off to the left, arms are gonna go off to the right. And then we're gonna capture that other side. So if you need to get that head up, just take a breath, take that pause, inhale, exhale. And let's come back onto hands and knees. So elbows dialed towards me. Elbows dialed towards you, inside of your arms dialed towards me. Please be sure you're pushing into your palms, stay out of your wrist. So we're gonna lift that right knee up off the floor, flexion in through the foot. I want you to push it up and pull it down. Work both directions. Think about that hamstring. We're tightening up through the back of the leg, so we push and pull. Lengthen all 4 sides of the neck. Shoulders stay down. You've got 2 more. This next one, push it up, hold it up. Turn that knee to the outside, old-fashioned side crunch. Pull knee towards the elbow or shoulder on the height of the knee, push it back. Set of 8, pull and push, get that side crunch. If this isn't working for you, find something, please. Movement equals exercise. Our goal today is to move. We've got 2 more. In comes the knee towards the elbow or the shoulder, and then take knee to knee, and hips go off to the right, arms go off to the left. And then go ahead and have a seat. Come on, have that seat cross-legged. If that doesn't work for you, maybe have the legs out in front, slight bend into the knees. So we're going to take the knife edge of that right arm, a gentle push into the left thigh right here so that hip doesn't come with us. We want that right arm to come down towards the mat. The goal is to have that flexibility through low back, through the obliques, to bring the arm to your floor, but if not, we can all fall over. That's not the goal. We're working on creating that flexibility, creating that stretch. And then we're working through the scalenes. We're letting that right ear hang off to the right shoulder. And we're focusing on capturing our breath. Then come up through center. Push that right hip on down. Bring the knife edge of the left arm down towards the floor. Left ear hangs off towards towards your left side. Now one side may cooperate better than the other. That's why we do both sides. And then as we lift up, hips are going to stay on the floor. Walk those hands forward. Bring your forehead down towards the mat. So once again, we can all lift up and fall forward. We're trying to stretch out and create flexibility through our muscles. So whatever we have is what we have. We hold through the tension and work on letting that body give. And then hands walk back towards the body. We're going to recross the legs. The one that does not feel normal is going to come on top. We're going to take a twist. Right hand's going to come to the outside left leg. Left hand back behind you. Tent the fingers and look towards your left shoulder. So creating that twist. And then you can inhale through center. Exhale, set up on the other side. Taking a twist, looking off to your right. And then back in through center. Once again, hips stay on the floor. Walk those hands forward. Bring the forehead down towards your mat. So once again, with one leg forward, you may be able to come a little bit further towards the mat. It's all about the giveness of the hips. One side may give better than the other. So why we do both. And then those hands walk back in, coming into a forward fold, seated forward fold, legs out. So bend the knees as needed. Otherwise, backs of the knees towards the floor. Flex through the feet. Inhale the arms up. And on that exhale, come on over, hands down towards the toes. It doesn't have to be the toes. It can be the shins. It can be the quads. Finding where it works for you. Find the tension and then hold right there. Don't try to push past the tension. Let the body give. And as the body does start to give, you can start pushing the heels further away. Taking the back of the knees towards your mat. And then releasing. Taking those shoulders, we're going to roll them down and back. You can release the legs if this is not comfortable for you. One more time, roll down and back, hands back behind, interlace. Pull down and pull away from the body. Really open up the chest, open up those shoulders. And then as you release the hands, right hand comes out to the side, left arm comes up and over. We're looking underneath that left arm. And then switch it out, left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over. And then back in through center. We're gonna take one more inhale. Inhale, arms up, palms to touch. And we're gonna exhale through center. It has been my pleasure to be here for you today. On behalf of the YMCA, we appreciate you. We're glad you're here. And we look forward to someday seeing you again.